Clap it up. And welcome to another episode in the conflict zone as we analyze the conflicts that rise on our people. All right, this week we're looking at job losses under Trump 2.0. Now, job losses. And you think, you look at the situation and you say, they can't really be that stupid. But would we be right to say, they can't be that stupid? Stupid in the sense where you just cut jobs right across the board. To the point where you're about to affect even your nuclear program. Even your nuclear program is about to be affected. I would tell my people, blacks, Hispanics, and native, any of you live near any nuclear facility, remove yourself. In the same way the other day they talk about D.E.I, just across the board in the airline industry, our air control industry, our air control sector. They just remove some people and say planes start falling from the sky. You might see some of them nuclear plants, they just blow. They are already old. Anything can happen. All right, we're going to look at some videos that give us that news. The main thing we want to get at though is we know that everything that happens within the states is just a matter of time before you see similar things start happening in the Caribbean. They might repackage it another way, but the end result is the same. The government you might just hear the government by the time they start to read budget. You hear they start to say, you hear them start saying things like, we got to cut the size of the government in order to save back on expense. Things like that. So the end result is the same. They will be cutting the government, downsizing, people losing jobs. All right, let's look at some of the job cuts. Something behind it that they are trying to get out, which they don't want to tell the population at large. Is it that you have some workers sitting in the government that they want to get out, but you have to really remove all the department. You have to just take out the whole department in order to get rid of them workers. Is that the case? I don't know. Is it that you hate these other nations and trying to preserve your own nation so much that you go to the point of doing these stupid things? That's another thing. All right, let's go into some videos. Into some news. All right, this one that we're going to play. This is WGN News. It's about 1 minute long. I'm going to dissect it. and by play and stop for what do you call it? Copyright purposes. All right, so this video that we're about to play, this is not our work. This is WGN News. It's in the public domain. We are just using it for educational purposes. All right. Let's get on it.
President Trump said to cut down the federal workforce continues.
Dozens of one of the sector that is affected, the Food and Drug Administration, that's the FDA. Let's see what they say.
Good morning. Probational employees across the FDA received notice this Saturday evening that their jobs will be eliminated. Now,
probational employees that they target at the Food and Drug Administration. So worker, young people, it will be young people who are there on probation, meaning, normally when you're being employed, you go through like maybe a 2 month, 3 months. It can even be up to 6 months a year. There's no law on the length of probation they can give you, really. But the generally admissible time is anywhere between 2 to 6 months, really, on probation. So these are probationers, young people, probably who just left college and is so happy that they, get a job to start paying back their tuition. And the manner in which they lay these people off erodes trust, because they are trying to get back these people, and many of them, they don't know how to get back in touch with them because boom, they cut them out the email that they had, the employment email. But let's see if that's the case with this one, but for some sector, that's what they do.
Focus on employees in the agency's central food, medical devices, and products, which includes limiting thousands of chemicals and color food. Cuts at the Food and Drug Administration staff is responsible for the safety of food additives and ingredients. Trump also reversing some job cuts.
So the era affected, really, mostly it seems, is the era which administers food safety. I don't know. Is it that now? I mean, America is already riddled with food recall. Is it that they are now going to see more recall because there is not much work out there? Or, food poisoning, they're going to see more people now being sick from foods not suitable for human consumption. Well, in Jamaica here now, in the Caribbean at large, we seem to have a vibrant, they call us third world. We have a vibrant food safety administration, or food safety, should I say administration or supervision, from the government side. And the private sector side too. You have to really commend the private sectors in Jamaica. I can't tell you when last there has been a food recall here in Jamaica. Can't tell you when last I've heard of it. You don't see on the news like you see it in America. This brand with so and so number is being recalled because of so and so. Wait a while now that don't happen. Yet we are the third world. Let's see what's going on.
Now, firings of federal employees who were tasked with working on the nation's weapons programs. The AP pulled security ministry Thursday. Those let go at the NNSA were part of the department government efficiency purging across the Department of Energy that targeted about 2,000 employees. The Department of Energy issued a memo reversing firings for all 28 of those hundreds of fired staff members as a staff who have been not be reached at all. Some considering if they should even.
All right, so it's what happened now. They fire the people and then they want to get back in touch with them. Like, they fire them and then it's like, oops. There's never a dull moment with Trump. Whether it's Trump 1.0 or Trump 2.0, never a dull moment with Trump. And that is terrible. Anyway, we have to touch our scripture still, we're not going to just talk about it like that. We don't touch our scripture. All right, let's touch Revelation. Let's go in Revelation. I think it's 18. Revelation chapter 18, verse 4 to 6. Revelation 18, verse 4. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her, and that ye receive not of her plagues. It is really astonishing. The scripture tells us as Israelites to come out of Babylon in terms of separate, meaning separate from them. In the UPK since 1969, we have been telling our people separate. Guess what? Big opportunity right now for separation. And we in the truth, we're not going to miss it. Right there. So that seemed to be. That's why the Most High shows us that Trump was coming back. Yeah, big separation from the Israelites coming under Trump. We're looking at it as, oh boy, job loss, can't pay the rent, can't do this, can't do that. But it's also an opportunity for us to come out of her and gather ourselves together. All right. So it starts right there in America, and pretty soon we're going to ripple effect go and catch the Caribbean. It's just a matter of time, one way or another, because a lot of people who leave Jamaica and go to work in the States, many of them work as teachers. Department of Education over there is going to get their job cut is coming up. I don't know. They might just throw back out some teachers out here. It's going to affect them, because we know you white people, you're not so smart on your own. You don't go behave like you're smart. If you all were that smart, you would need us for slavery. You'd find a way, because there was enough white people for you to work, but you had to go and find the slaves. And you look at the amount of inventions we made during slavery that let the Western Empire here work, even though we don't get any credit for it. I mean, in the Caribbean here, we had inventors, a lot of inventors, scientists and inventors. There's a lot of unsung scientists here in Jamaica and the Caribbean at large. Black scientists are telling you about, who make contributions to the West. But now, of course, with the separation, all these scientists have to do now is to just Keep it in the black communities. Keep your findings among your people. Let no matter of time before you see one of them nuclear plant to blow. Go and play something about the nuclear plant. You know, it's unbelievable. You fire the people them and then you realize, okay, I'm gonna do without them. And what you're trying to do now? You trying to get them back. Right, before we get that, we're going to look at this one. This news here is MSNBC. About 5 minutes. You might not need to go through all 5 minutes, but we're going to play this one. MSNBC. And then the last one we're going to play really is the one about the nuclear plants, nuclear weapons program. Can you imagine your adversaries now learning that your nuclear weapons program is possibly short of employment? They might just be smiling like, don't tempt me, Mr. Trump. It could mean that you are not able to retaliate, you know, like that. But, so I'm wondering if they're thinking, are you so desperate? Or is it that you are so desperate to save your own people? Hey, Shalom, I watch you, Shabakata.
Yes, Shamishwakta, yeah, right?
Can. I love the headphone, man. I can save one for me. Hey, you're following this news with that is really happening there in America with the layoffs and things. It's like a big joke.
Yeah.
You know, we in the truth, when we say something, you know, it does not go without, it does not just go by the wind. Remember before Trump people come in and say, it's about to get entertaining, get your popcorn.
For real. For real. Yeah, for real.
Yeah, man.
The warning been coming long time. The warning been coming long time. Yeah.
I mean, you fire some people now and then you're trying to get them back. What's the sense in that? And within that, are you talking about? Sorry, you're saying something.
No, go ahead. I'll come in after.
And within that period of time that they fire them, you're talking about like maybe 1 to 2 weeks, maybe 2 weeks top, if so much. Some is in days. One, they cannot get in touch back with the people,
right?
Because the email that they used to use for contacting them, they lock them out of the email, so the people have now go. They don't, obviously they probably don't have a phone call for them. Some of the people they get in touch with them, but they say, "Why we don't know if we can come back? You know, we don't trust you because of the way in which you were fried."
Right.
You leave work Friday, turn up to work Monday, only to find out that you have been locked out. Many of these people, and I'm not talking about race because I don't know the race of the people that they are. Obviously, it would happen to blacks, white, and anybody employed, right?
Remember this as well too. A lot of, as we say, the people coming up and crying and bawling that, oh, you know, they make a big mistake. And
there's a lot of white people.
Yeah. Again, it's like this. They don't really see something until it really hits you. Like we have our old saying, you know, only when it reach home, then you just understand, you know, what taking place. It didn't reach home yet. Like it reached home to them now. So now
Right.
everybody feeling the effect now, and you on the sideline, enjoying it, but it didn't reach home yet. But now it reach home. So now you feeling the effect where other people was feeling because now it reach home. Yeah, it reach home now. Yeah,
Yeah. And
mm,
and this is what the people are saying that they fire.
mm,
I don't know if I really want to come back, because the way in which it was done, we don't trust. How stable me coming back, how stable will that employment be?
yeah, yeah. See the no oppression of oppression come in.
Within 1 weekend, they lose credibility.
Mhm, mm,
Just like that.
mm,
And it is for some of these employment is for critical areas. The
mm.
Food and Drug Administration, most of who they fire off is interns.
Right.
So these are
So,
people we are going to train. You can deal with that because they are not professional as yet.
right.
You are training them to be professional. All right, we're going to play this other video and then we play a scripture. Then we read a scripture, I should say.
Slash the federal workforce. Thousands of government employees are bracing for more layoffs this very morning, with new questions about the impact on the IRS. The NBC News White House correspondent Aaron Gilchrist brings us the latest.
This one must be the nicest one to everybody, though.
All right.
They're laying off some more for IRS workers
Mm,
right in the height of the tax season. People must be
mm,
saying, yeah, they can't come collect nothing now.
mhm. Remember again, this man is a businessman, and every strategy that he using now, he ain't giving, and a lot of people now, saying they don't know where is he next move. But hear the thing about it. The scriptures already let we know where is the next move because it tell we never trust the enemy. So he next move, it is like it won't be a surprise unless you're in this body in this truth. Yeah.
Mhm.
Mm.
Yeah, is the most High is using him to separate his people. Man.
For real. For real.
Come on, separate we from them. I think
Yeah.
when
For
we didn't voluntarily separate ourselves from the Egyptians,
real. Mm-mm.
it was the Most High who forcefully did
Mm-hmm.
it. So this is just one of the ways of serious separation now. Yeah, because many of our people, because they're working, when I tell them that the white man is the devil, not all of them are bad. They hear things like that.
No, all that bad. You see no bad now. You see no bad now. Yeah. All of
Yeah,
that.
a young girl, a child,
Mm,
asked me a serious question the other day though.
mm,
Yeah, yeah. If there's any good white people, because we always teach that white man is the devil.
mm-hmm,
So they asked me if there's any good white people.
mm-hmm.
There might be, but they are not putting themselves forward in defense of us, so we don't know.
Mm-hmm. That why I see, as you say, when I see things like that now, as I say, things like that, questions like that, it's nice to know that you know in the truth now, and you can be able to break it down. So like as I say, the question come, it are no good white people. If it are any good white people, no problem. Sure, we could go and I could show you a good white person, just like we've been taught, right? And this is not from me, because now the Bible is the word of God, and we're reading from God's words. So now you ask a good question. The answer to that question is yes. So I can define it and break it down. This is not my saying. This is not what I think. This is not me trying to, side on the white man's side, but now I can show you a good white boy, a good white girl, or good white people. And this is the actions that good white people does that acknowledge who they are. So it's like they identify themselves, that this is their act of being good, right? And then they break it down. They break it down. Yeah.
Exactly. One
Mm.
that acknowledges that, yes, I'm the dog, but even the dog
Yeah.
eats from the master table.
Yeah,
Yeah, man.
and we can recognize that. So now this is how we just recognize a good white person by the
Knowing them
acknowledging,
place.
knowing the place, because I say they have a position, they have a place. Yeah, yeah. But the other thing about it, your pastor don't know that, your imam don't know that, all the religious leaders don't know that. Yeah.
Hmm.
Mm.
No, man. You really just lead us, even when the white man going down to the grave, they would beat us down to be under the white man while
Mm-hmm.
he's going to his grave, rather
Mm-hmm.
than pull back your people and say, let him go.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Really.
Because they think that they think America, Trump is going to bring back America.
Mhm.
There is no bringing back America.
Mhm.
And it's not just we saying that. You know who else saying that? The very same pundits in America, the analysts, same white
Mhm.
people who have sense and know
Mhm.
say empires do fall.
Mhm.
He's trying to tell them dear white people,
Mhm.
just embrace the fall.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, try and move to the next one that's coming up.
As the general say, all of them are Schadenfreude. That all of them have that within themselves. They don't want to see you as a black person have nothing good. They rather you be without just by them acknowledging they want it, but
No, they rather they go without
yes,
just to see
just
you
just it was
suffer.
that was the want it, but here because you benefit off it, nah, nah. But
They rather suffer themselves.
then the wrong place right now to cry is on social media because everything about it. Now everything being exposed. This platform, as I said, the way how things set up, as I say, only men in the truth, brothers and sisters in the truth, will see the reality and understand, see how the Lord set this whole thing up,
Mhm.
where each and every brother and sister, Black, Latino, and Native Indian, could actually see what taking place because now it's just as I say, it's just a scroll. It's set up. It's set up, and the same people, as I say, who you worship and who you love, and as I say, who you're realizing now that they are the beasts. They are the beasts. Meaning he'll gobble you up just for your own pleasure and your own gain. And especially when they're in the full flight, like what we see right now. I tell you, when I see this thing and all too, this little eat must bring little as we say, little troll inside of the White House. We not even a foot can enter. And as you say, quote unquote disrespect the president. You could tell me that again, that white privilege. that white privilege. So
Of course, big white privilege.
yeah,
Get to stand beside the president. While the
yeah,
president is formally dressed and you dress casually with your little child on your shoulder.
yeah, yeah.
In there firing people.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this is a man. His salary is so huge that his very own company have to take him to court
Mm-hmm.
for to settle that wage that he's pulling from his organization.
Mm-hmm.
Couple $1 billion.
Mm-hmm.
We know he can't spend. There's no way you can spend so much money in 1 year, unless you're going to give it away.
I'm surprised that I say he never trust them beats and them not them be all of them is addict. All of them is addict. They know what they're doing and again the money circulating. So that business. So they have no problem. That money circulating amongst our families. So as Christ is tell he say, you know, when they ask him, do you pay tribute unto Caesar? He say, he tell them, pull a coin. He say, who pays taxes, I mean? He say, who faces here? He say, Caesar. He say, render unto Caesar what is Caesar. We own none of that. That he own. He could
Yeah.
utilize that and he could do whatever he wanted. We have to get that, as you say, deep within his spirit. Deep
You
within
said
his spirit.
you said tribute first, but tribute
Yeah.
that is taxes.
Yeah. Right.
That is the tax that they would levy on you. But in the
Right.
Caribbean, or they levy that tribute on us, give us
Mm-hmm.
loan, and they have
Mm-hmm.
to pay back that loan with interest.
Mm-hmm. Always.
So that is the tribute we pay to them,
Mm-hmm.
to become indebted to them.
Mm-hmm. And what loan did us give you? They just give you a business loan, they just give you a house. The only loan we just get with flying colors is a car loan. Because I know that
No, I'm talking the loan that they would give a country.
mm-hmm.
That is your country paying tribute back to them. IMF,
Right, right,
World Bank,
right.
and so on.
I catch you, I catch you,
When you come
catch
on the individual level now,
you. Mm-hmm.
trust me, that is real oppression.
Yeah, that the part why I was talking about just now. When it
Yeah,
comes to individual level, you can't get no loan inside of it. The only loan you get inside of it is a car loan, and then you still have to show certain things with that. But this, they rather give that because I know within 2 tools that can go. Then you even get a house loan, a loan to build a house.
not to mention start a business.
Yeah, but well, no, that not for you. Remember now the people them who head in these organizations is hidden. And even though if it have a brother or sister in they know how, like they know button and they letting them know upfront. Just like they just do all the entertainers, all the athletes and them who you sign a contract, you're not going to do this. If you have this, you're not going to um distribute to this. This is who you can distribute to. This is who you
Mhm.
can loan to. Yeah.
I have a feeling that's how Serena Williams end up marrying a white man.
Mm-hmm.
I have a feeling it's pressure, the pressure,
Mm-hmm.
the pressure. Like, it's a girl that grew in the inner city, in the ghetto, right there in Compton.
Mm-hmm. But
Grow up,
the worst it's like the worst thing to happen is what the scripture say. The Lord give your own over to your own to your own desire.
your
You
own
see
loss.
that? You see that? When you see things like that happening to, as you say, to brothers and sisters, this is something I say. That also these things is not to take slight. This is something that every brother or sister should really pay attention to because now you fallen victim to that. Is an example. that you don't want to be. And that example now is you being an example for our next brother, not our next sister to learn. And that, as you say, you don't want to be that. You don't want to be that. Because you have an opportunity. You have an opportunity. But because again, because of religion and because of Christianity and because, as you say, this beast, as you say, the white man, the devil, this oppressor, this is the reason why we as we say, brothers and sisters in this condition. Say blame it on you, Mr. White Man, you Mr. Oppressor, and you who is to blame.
Mm-hmm. Let's go touch a bit more minute on this video.
No sweat.
Air Force One buzzing the Daytona Speedway just before President Trump took his ultra-armored car, the Beast, for a lap around the track at the Daytona 500, telling NASCAR fans the country is doing well.
We brought it back, and it's been less than 4 weeks. So you'll see what we do in a little period of time. It's going to only get better.
His Raceway message coming on the heels of his promise to save the nation money by continuing to slash the federal workforce. With tax season in full swing, social media flooded with fears about tax return chaos and delays if thousands of IRS employees are fired.
I feel bad for all of us hardworking people may not get taxes filed time.
New Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent telling Bloomberg News earlier this month, IRS employees can't take the president's buyout offer during tax season.
They're not eligible for that until May 15th. So I don't imagine anything's going to go on at the IRS until then or beyond.
President Trump last week responding to a question about closing the IRS.
No, I don't expect it, but I think that the Internal Revenue Service will be looked at like everybody else.
NBC News has obtained a termination letter sent to dozens of probationary workers at the Transportation Department saying they were fired for poor performance, despite
So you see, there's no sector that is unscathed. This is the transportation sector. Even for them workers get laid off.
Most being rated exceptional. They join a growing list of fired employees, like once furloughed, now fired lawyer Kate Royce.
So when you got that email, what went through your mind?
So I think my first emotion was grief, quickly followed by anger. I'm worried about paying rent in March. I'm worried about getting the healthcare that I need.
That was NBC's Aaron Gilchrist with that report. We should.
Hey, you remember this scripture here? All right, okay, I'm fine. The Most High said, I'll take the cup of trembling from your hand and put it in the hand. Huh?
Like a pass, they're taking it away from you and get them it.
Right.
I think I remember. Let's see.
Give me one more verse. You can read for me? Can I manage?
Yeah, no stress.
Revelation 18, 5 and 6. 4, 5 and 6.
The book of Revelation, chapter 18 and verse 4. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues.
Right. So this what you see happening here. What they're not showing you the blacks that is getting affected here. They're showing you the whites. But I'm sure there's a lot of blacks getting affected directly or indirectly. Because a lot of these white people who would go out to work, they have some black caregiver at home. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they have some black or Hispanic caregiver at home who would stay with their kids and so on. So if they lose their job, those persons lose their job too.
Right.
So it affects it affects blacks and Hispanics either directly or indirectly.
Mm-hmm.
All right. But this is the most severance is never an easy thing. It's always a hard take.
Mm-hmm.
Right? All right. Read on.
Verse 5, for her sins have reached unto heaven, and God had remembered her iniquities.
Right. All the things that they have been doing, God get fed up of it now.
Mm.
The mass unaliving of his people. I mean, you look at what's been done to blacks and Hispanics over the years.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Even after slavery.
Mm.
Not to mention during slavery. And then for 4, remember, no, Trump run the longest campaign you have ever seen, you know. From him come out of the White House to now him come back in the White House. All that 4 years he has been campaigning.
Mm.
And the most I get a good look at his heart and those around him. You know. The most I being slow to anger is a good thing in a sense, you know, because it gives people time to look back at yourself and let your conscience do the work. Let your conscience change you rather than God forcefully change you. But that don't happen with your person. For the 4 years, all they were doing is planning how they're going to save their people. Now tell me now, what kind of save you talk about? You have the richest economy, richest economy in the whole world. And then you're going to say, and you are the one in charge, you know. Blacks, no other nation in charge. And you're going to now think, how can I save my people? Because of fear that 20 years, 30 years down the line, these people is going to get on top of you. It's just a wicked thought they have, you know, because that probably would never happen. Next verse.
Verse 6, reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her according to her works. In the cup which she had filled, fill her double.
All right, so we know that part there. And the reward we're going to give him, Christ going to come and give him his just reward.
That's right.
So, you know, they don't have to think that we're trying to plan anything against them right here.
That's right.
The Palestinians have stones to throw at them. We don't even have stones. The only thing we have is some words, some hot words. Yeah, that's all we have, words. And sometimes the words that we throw at them seems to pelt them even more than stones, hotter than stones. All right. All right. This other video now we're going to look at Trump administration that remember fired nuclear weapons. Nuclear weapons workers. You fire some nuclear weapon worker and then I try to bring them back. All right. So we can touch this one.
And the Trump administration has also reversed its decision to terminate hundreds of federal employees who work on the nation's nuclear weapons program.
The move is causing major confusion inside the program. ABC's Nicole D'Antonio has the latest from Washington.
Listen, you know, major confusion. You can imagine you have nuclear weapon and you have confusion around that. And I said that make your enemy hear. Enemy probably saying it's the right time to hit them.
Yeah, you know what they're doing.
They know what they're doing.
again, yeah, and I tell you again, you don't know how this beast thinking. But the way you can do, all you can do now, as you say, you keep your head, as we've been taught, keep your head on a swivel. Don't lay your guard down. Don't ever lay your guard down. Because this place, the Lord will bring it to his knees. So he doing exactly what the Lord want you to do. Like as I say,
Exactly.
like how these is things that I just say, you know what your enemies know. So we don't know if that is bait for them to think that the on the as we say the right now the easy to dismantle, or they might have some backup. Who knows? Who knows? Probably this might be true. The easy to dismantle right now. Yeah. So
No, you see,
they
they
go.
think they know what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Just like when Pharaoh decided to gather his army and come back up, come at us in the desert. He thought he knew what he was doing.
And you see, like how you say that, this is why now remember now they own they can push whatever they want on these social media platform. And as we say, and even earlier when like when the stats so let's be bringing out with the war in Ukraine and Russia, you notice every time they give us stats on it, it making it look like Ukraine winning the war.
No,
Every time.
that is the astonishing part of that.
Every time.
Like, Jesus, Ukraine look like
Yeah.
one Russia.
So you telling me all them thing and them is probably old movie and old pic with a showing or they just take a first shot with them tank and them rolling and them not going to show you the true reality of what taking place and how that going down. Because now just listen of how let me say this beast moving and the last report that I hear, as I say, that the blaming Ukraine for the war, for starting the war. So now, what I'm showing you is like are given this way and are receiving on this end. So we don't know, as we say, how about that, but this is not even for we to figure out. But the Lord showing everything right now, the plain. He said the plain right now, and only brothers and sisters in here could see that plain.
Yeah. If I was Zelensky, I would start thinking about my retirement.
Yeah,
And
and that's one. Before you say that, Salak, yeah, like how you say that, it even had a post and always say that. Oh, remember, he tell ya that up a year ago,
right.
Election was supposed to call, but because again, everybody, as I say, this beast power hungry. He's still thinking that that where I think everybody just side watching him right now. Anyways, what's going on in the parliament, everybody don't realize, hey, what's going on. It come like you ain't have no power again. When you reach that position where your parliament or the people in the house ain't recognizing you, then that state that you're in, all you will do, and just like all you reach the point of dictatorship. So all of them is dictator. Or they want to sanction Maduro for being dictator. All of them is dictator. All of them is dictator. You want to, yeah.
No, finish what you say.
Nah, just select and on that. Yeah. All of them is dictator.
I watch it now. He is the his biggest backer, who is America. Now meet with his enemy without inviting him. Now that should send a message to him as to where America is. If he have sense, if he has sense, that should send a message to him where this is going.
Very.
It's best for him to just say, yeah, well, I'm out.
Mm.
Because everybody know that a whole lot of money miss up in Ukraine.
Yeah, well,
Over some
that,
$200 billion on account.
mm,
If you don't
that
get
why.
them 5 bad things, if you don't get them.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Yeah. And that's why you see now, we tell brothers and sisters, you see like how it is here? This is why again this platform they call we name the podcast.
Conflict zone.
The conflict zone. You see the black people, all they better pay attention. The amount, as I say, because what's going on right now is conflict. And the conflict that's going on, it could benefit you if you come into the school. Because here would beneficial to you. Now your job now is to continue just like the Most High God reminded us together, we serve together. This is the benefit that we would offer this because this place, it as I say, it on a final destination. As the scripture say, no man don't know that time or the hour. But what we will do, it could be 100 years from now. It could be tomorrow. What we do, we prepare. This is what we do now. We preparing and we, as we say, we observing and upholding the righteous acts of the Lord. And every week that we come on this podcast, Lord allow, we will always have conflicting stories like these to bring out with interest to the black community. And the interest is that we better get we act right and don't fall in the hands of the Lord. Yes, that.
Yeah, you can imagine the fall. You see all this happen, and you don't read the signs, and then you end up falling on the wrong side of the land. Yeah, because I mean, if you really think this is not a separation, the most I pushing, then what you obviously is a lost cause. Talking to blacks, Hispanics, and native, the Israelites of the Bible. All right, let's play a little more of this. This is only 2 minutes video. Let's hear what they're saying.
This morning, officials are trying to rehire some critical nuclear workers days after nearly 300 employees of the National Nuclear Security Administration were fired. An internal email obtained by ABC News reads, quote, "The termination letters for some NNSA probationary employees are being rescinded, but we do not have a good way to get in touch with those personnel." Hundreds of employees were abruptly laid off late Thursday. Sources say when they attempted to return to their office Friday morning, they found themselves locked out. Other employees lost access to their email accounts before being informed of the termination. Democrats slamming the administration as Elon Musk and his Doge team work to cut the federal workforce.
They're getting rid of anything in the government that supports consumers, that supports citizens against the ripoff artists who are their friends.
Meanwhile, Republican Senator Mark Wayne Mullen praised.
You heard this one thing. They get anything where that in other words now, those that stand in the way of the billionaires.
Yeah. That agenda, that program to run, the business to run.
Praising the administration's plan.
We hate that anybody's losing their job, but at the same time, we know that the debt that we have in this country is not manageable, and it's becoming a national security risk. And we're spending nearly $1 trillion a year. That is scary.
ABC News has learned Doge requested.
What? What is it? A debt? A
They're
debt?
spending $1 trillion a year just to service the debt. Not to pay it off, just to service the debt.
That was say you really can't trust this beast. You really don't know what this beast or what on the agenda, because now, as I say, when you push that now, you're driving, as I say, a sense of panic within the nation, because now it is like some people hearing this for the first time. How much they say $1 trillion, how much? A debt
A year.
A year what?
Just to pay. You know, like you pay your installments.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But die the American dream. Die the American life. You just working a 9 to 5 just to pay what? Just to pay your rent, just to pay your mortgage, just to pay your. So now that line we drawing that is the American dream, that is the American life.
I remember a couple of years ago when I started working after leaving college. I hear some of my friends and co-worker talk about the American dream. American dream. I say, what is the American dream? You know, everybody can have and so on and so forth. I listen to them and say, you know, that's not sustainable though. Well, here it is. They are about to collapse under debt. They put Trump and Elon there to help save the country. That's what they're really trying to do, you know. It's really debt management. You know, you have to cut some of your expense so that you can manage it. But at the same time, you're pumping money into wars. You waste $2.8 trillion in Afghanistan. How did that happen? Where's the sense in? And you still have to just run out the country. What's the sense in that? And the big thing, $2.8 trillion wasn't spent in Afghanistan. So who for pocket is going on? The various contractors and so on who used to provide service there. If you spend so much money in Afghanistan, you're supposed to have some multi-millionaires in Afghanistan. Where are those persons? All the persons in Afghanistan who was providing assistance to them, who they left behind, they are in need of money. They are in need. There is no cooperation in Afghanistan as a year. So this cooperation closed down because America leave. And they're not making no more money again. So where was the money going? The whole thing is a big rip-off, but who is benefiting? Somebody is benefiting.
Access to an IRS data system that retains the personal tax information of millions of Americans. Sources say they have not been granted access yet. To add to the confusion, the administration is acknowledging that some employees who took a buyout offer have been fired or let go in error. An official says the buyout agreement for those workers will be honored. Nicole D'Antonio, ABC News, Washington.
Hello, I'm Mark Brown. Get more.
So you fire some people in error, by mistake. Officer Sawa. Isaiah 50. Isaiah 51, 21 to 23.
Right. So, okay. Isaiah 51. Right. The book of Isaiah, chapter 51 and verse 21. Therefore, hear now this, thou afflicted and drunken, but not with wine.
Right. So our people, we are afflicted and drunken. I mean, that is coming up on the oppressor. Many of our people is getting scared. Why? Because we are already intertwined in their system. We are being afflicted and don't even realize that we are afflicted. We are so drunken by affliction. That's why it says drunken, but not with wine. Drunken by what? Affliction. We get used to it. We accept it as the norm. So we just accept it as so the earth run. And this is my fate. But this is what the Most High has to say to us now. Read on.
Thus say the Lord, and thy God that pleaded the cause of his people. Behold, I have taken out of thine hand the cup of trembling, even the dregs of the cup of my fury. Thou shalt no more drink it again.
Man, this is music to our ears.
Mhm.
When we read this, you see, when we read this, you know what come, you know what come in my mind when I read these things.
Mhm.
You remember this song here that running the place now. Dun, dun, dun,
Mhm.
the Kendrick Lamar song there.
Mhm.
They're not like
Mhm.
us. Yeah, man. This is music to our ears when we hear that. You know, the Most High haven't forgotten his people,
Mhm.
and we realize the affliction of his people, and have
Right.
decided that he is going to take away the cup of trembling, which we have drink down to the dregs. Look, when we make drinks, we don't want to drink the dregs from the drinks that we make, but we are drink the dregs from affliction.
Mhm.
But he has planned for it. Read on.
But I will put it into the hand of them that afflict thee, which have said to thy soul, Bow down, that we may go over. And thou hast laid thy body as the ground, and as the street to them that went over.
Yeah, even the Afghan, even the Ukrainian coming in America, walking on the back of our people.
Mm.
So they come in, bring them in through the back door, put in, and of course put them on what they call it, Section 8000 and what they call the other one again?
You support wherever,
Yeah, the money,
the
the money
aid
when they
that
get monthly, and government assistance.
yeah.
Yeah, and living good off it too.
Mm-hmm.
On whose backs? On the backs of blacks, Hispanics, and natives.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So now you turn against these people. They are going to pull away from you, Mr. Oppressor.
Right.
So with all the trillions of dollars that you owe, which is not sustainable, or you take an economy from so powerful to become not sustainable, and to say that you are wise. You are not wise. It wouldn't. Why? Because we know that God would have been with us. But because God wants to destroy you and destroy that sinful place, He let you fight against us. And now He's pulling away His people. This is the time for what we have been preaching for and praying for since 1969. And it's now happening. Segregation, separation, coming right back on the table. You know, and I'm sure that we here in the truth, we are setting up to let this work for our people rather than work against our people, because it is right there in the scripture. He is going to put this affliction on them, and it's happening. Many more and more white people now crying that they cannot pay them rent and feed themselves, and some of them working and still crying. Right? So it's just a matter of time before similar things hit the Caribbean, either directly or indirectly. I don't say indirectly, I mean like, all right, it's like when they remove the US aid was pumping a couple $1 million through aid in Jamaica. That gone. So what do you do now? You're going to leave a gap. So that's an indirect um, of, that is that happens to you, not that hit you in. That's a direct hit, really, because it pull the money from you. So one of the indirect hit now would be remittance. If our people lose jobs in America, then they will have less money coming in for remittance. And remittance now is one of our large foreign exchange earner. So if that get cut now, how do we earn foreign exchange to service our debt? Because we have debt to service too. But anyway, see, our budget hit over $1 trillion now, which is unheard of. First budget, the largest budget we have. So I tell you, things will happen to Jamaica just the same. Just a matter of time. We growing into unsustainable realms as well. And it ain't good for us, ain't good for our people.
Right.
All right, so that's it. Next week we'll pick up some more. And of course, we can't stop talking about Trump. So we know that by next week we're going to have some new things.
Right.
Some new things unraveling. There's
Every
always
day,
new
damn
things. And they unravel every day, man. From Donald.
Right.
So with that, this is the conflict zone. Before I sign out, give a closing remark.
Right. So again, just a reminder for brothers and sisters, on March 13th and 14th, will be where we gather ourselves again to acknowledge, what the sister did, and under the watchful eye of, of our brother who take up the mantle of being that father figure to the sister, which is Esther Mordecai. We'll be celebrating the Feast of Purim. Again, find all the ISUPK schools, right, in your zones. In Jamaica, in Trinidad, if you're in North, South, or Central America, as you say, in headquarters, Chicago, Houston, find these schools, right? And then we know right after that, is the Lord's 56th annual Passover, where brothers and sisters again, the D.E.I and Commanding General YAHANNA again have been hosting, brothers and sisters for the last 56 years, right? And this is a reminder to us, to rehearse these acts in the time or in the place of our captivity. And we see this was honored righteously under the rightful eye of a black man, following the instructions that was passed down through the Most High and our King Yahushua, and upholding that integrity and upholding the high standard of the Lord even to today. So this is just a reminder. And again, this is a conflict zone. Brothers and sisters should be mindful and, very attentive and, come onto the conflict zone. Drop your questions in the chat box. Drop your replies. Link up with the brothers on the conflict zone. Officer Badawan, right, over in Jamaica, putting in that work. He and the next young officer underneath him, again down in Trinidad, holding it down, right? With brothers, continuing to be the watchful eye or the watchman in these zones, right? So again, the conflict zone, where the time is. That way it is.
All right.
So
Let me ask you something. You remember you have the link to the Passover advertisement?
Yeah.
You can shot me the link, so I can start playing it.
I was again. All right, I want to check out that.
All right, so this is the conflict zone. You know, we have to watch over the conflicts that affects our people. Officer Abada, Officer 5000 Sawapiala, and Officer 1000 Abadawan, Jamaica.
Don't know.